Lena Hart had never imagined her life would change so quickly. She was only 18 and had spent most of her life training with her pack, learning to survive in the harsh lands at the edge of the Orion sector. Her home was a small colony of human-wolf hybrids. They were strong, fast, and able to sense danger in ways ordinary humans could not. But Lena had always thought her life would stay simple. She wanted to explore the lands beyond their colony, maybe even see the stars up close someday. But that dream vanished the day the council called her. The High Hall, a vast chamber carved from dark stone, was filled with tension. The council elders, wise and strong, waited for her in silence. A large map of the pack territory hovered in the middle of the hall, showing the fragile borders of their colony. The air was heavy with worry. Lena, the oldest council member, said, his voice low but firm. The Alpha King is dying. His energy is failing, and the pack's shield is weakening. If we lose him, the colony will fall. We need you to bond with him. You must marry the Alpha King. Lena's heart stopped. Marry the Alpha King? She had seen him only a few times. Aaron Hale was legendary in the colony. He had fought alone against the Bracken Empire for 3 days straight. His power was unmatched, and even his enemies feared him. He was also old enough to be her father in human years. She felt a wave of fear and anger. I can't, she whispered. He doesn't want me. I don't even know him. This isn't fair. Fairness doesn't matter, another elder said sharply. The pack comes first. If the Alpha King dies, we all die. The border will collapse. The aliens are watching. We have no choice. Lena shook her head. She wanted to run, to escape, to hide. But she knew the truth in their words. The pack was her family, the people she had trained with, laughed with, and sometimes fought beside. If she refused, everyone she loved would suffer. She closed her eyes, fighting back tears. Her mother, Elise Hart, stepped forward. She was small, gentle, and always kind, but her eyes held strength. She took Lena's hands. Lena, she said softly, I know this is hard. I know you are scared, but you are the only one who can save him. Save us all. I raised you to be strong. This is the moment you show it. Lena swallowed hard. The weight of her mother's words pressed on her chest. She could feel the eyes of the council and the pack on her. She wanted to refuse, but she also wanted to protect the people she loved. She nodded slowly. I will do it, she said. Her voice was quiet but steady. The hall was silent for a moment. Then, one of the council members nodded and gestured toward the throne room. The throne room was larger than Lena expected. It was carved from white stone, glowing faintly from energy lines that ran along the walls. In the center sat Aaron Hale, the Alpha King. Even lying on the throne, he was imposing. His long dark hair fell across his shoulders, and his eyes, a deep golden color, seemed to pierce through her. His body was thin, almost frail, and his breathing was shallow. But the energy around him crackled faintly, like a storm held in check. Aaron lifted his head slowly. When he saw Lena, a faint smile appeared on his lips. So, this is the girl, he said softly, his voice rough but calm. The council sends a child to save an old man. Lena's cheeks burned. She wanted to run, but she forced herself to step closer. I'm here to help, she said. Aaron studied her carefully. Help? He asked, almost amused. You are barely an adult, yet they expect you to save me? I have to try, Lena said, her voice gaining strength. The pack needs you. If you die, everyone dies. Aaron nodded slowly. His smile faded. They are right. I am weak. I can feel the darkness inside me growing. If the bond doesn't work, the pack will fall. Yet, I never wanted a mate forced upon me. Lena's heart ached. She could see the pain in his eyes. He was proud and fierce, but he was human too, fragile in his own way. She realized then that this was not just about saving the pack. It was about saving him. The council began the ceremony. The bond ritual was simple but powerful. Lena took Aaron's hand, and a spark of energy jumped between them. It was strange, warm, and a little frightening. She felt it flow into her, filling her with strength and clarity. Aaron's eyes widened as he felt it too. This is stronger than I imagined, he said softly. I did not expect this. Lena shook slightly. The energy pulsed through her, and she felt a sudden connection to him, to the pack, and even to the lands around them. It was like the universe had opened a door and allowed her to see everything at once. She could feel the borders, the alien scouts at the edge of their territory, and even the hidden fears of the council members. When the ceremony ended, Aaron leaned back on the throne. He looked exhausted, but there was a new light in his eyes. You have done well, little one, he said. You may have saved more than the pack tonight. Lena blushed. I just did what I had to do. Double quotes. Aaron reached out and held her hand gently. No, this is more than duty. This bond, it is rare. I have felt many mates in my life, but this is something else. Lena felt her heart race. She had not expected to hear words like that. She looked down, afraid to meet his gaze directly. The energy still hummed softly between them, as if acknowledging their connection. Over the next days, Lena learned more about the Alpha King. He was fierce, commanding, and feared by many. Yet he was also kind and protective. He taught her to feel the energy of the land, to sense the borders, and to understand the pack in ways she had never imagined. The council watched closely. They were surprised at how quickly the bond was forming, how much power Lena could channel simply by being near him. She felt the responsibility pressing on her shoulders, but she also felt the thrill of power, the connection to something greater than herself. One evening, Aaron collapsed during a training session. His energy was nearly gone. Lena rushed to him instinctively, placing her hands on his chest. The bond flared brightly, and she felt a wave of energy rush through her. Aaron gasped, his golden eyes wide. You saved me, he whispered. I didn't think anyone could do this. Lena shook her head. We save each other, she said softly. From that moment, something changed between them. The bond was no longer just a duty. It was a connection, fragile but growing stronger. Lena began to see Aaron not just as the dying Alpha King, but as a man, a warrior, and someone she could trust. The council knew the aliens were still near. Their scouts had been seen at the borders, and the pack's shield remained fragile. But with Lena by the Alpha King's side, there was hope. The bond had begun, and with it, the possibility that the pack could survive the coming storm. Lena stood on the balcony of the throne room that night, looking out over the pack lands. The twin moons of their world reflected on the rivers below. She could feel the hum of energy in the land, the faint pulse of the shield, and the connection to the Alpha King beside her. Fear was still there, but it was mixed with something new: courage, hope, and perhaps a beginning of trust. The night was quiet, but the stars above whispered of challenges yet to come. Lena clenched her fists, feeling the energy of the bond surge within her. She did not know what the future held, but she knew one thing clearly: she would not let the pack fall. Not now, not ever. And the Alpha King, even weakened and dying, looked at her and smiled faintly. For the first time in months, he felt alive. Together, they faced the night, bound by duty, by power, and by something neither of them fully understood yet. The pack was counting on them, and Lena's heart was ready to rise to the challenge. The morning after the bond ceremony, Lena woke early. The twin suns were just rising over the horizon, painting the rivers and forests of the pack lands in gold and silver. She felt the bond energy still flowing through her. It was strange and powerful, like a quiet storm inside her chest. She had never felt anything like it before. Aaron was already awake, sitting on the edge of the throne, his head bowed slightly. He looked weak, but the energy around him seemed steadier than it had been before the ceremony. When he saw Lena, a faint smile appeared on his lips. Good morning, he said softly. Did you sleep? Lena shook her head. I could not. The energy, it feels different now, stronger. Aaron nodded slowly. It is. You are stronger than I imagined. I can feel it through the bond. You are helping me more than anyone knows. Lena felt a mix of pride and fear. Helping him was her duty, but she was also learning that this bond was not simple. It connected their minds and energy in ways she did not fully understand. She could sense his feelings, even when he tried to hide them. She could feel the faint stirrings of power in the lands around them, and she could sense danger, though she could not yet tell where it would come from. Their training began immediately. The council had instructed Lena to learn to control the bond energy. If the Alpha King's strength failed during a battle, she had to be ready to stabilize him. They began in the training hall, a wide chamber filled with soft energy mats and old weapons. Aaron moved slowly at first, his movements weak but precise. He showed Lena how to feel the energy in her body, how to push it into another, and how to receive it in return. "Do not force it," he said. "The bond is like a river. You can guide it, but you cannot stop it. It flows where it wants. You only need to listen." Lena practiced for hours. At first, the energy was chaotic. It surged through her, wild and unsteady, leaving her tired and dizzy. But slowly, she began to feel its rhythm. She could sense when Aaron's energy faltered and when it strengthened. She could feel the subtle threads that connected them, and the bond began to grow. During one session, Aaron tried to stand fully, though his body protested. He swayed on his feet, and a wave of weakness rolled through him. Lena stepped forward instinctively, placing her hands on his shoulders. Energy shot from her into him, and he straightened. His eyes widened. "Amazing," he whispered. You saved me again." Lena shook her head, smiling faintly. "We save each other," she said. The words felt natural now, not just duty. Outside the training hall, the pack watched closely. Rumors had spread about the strength of the young queen. Some were amazed, others suspicious. The bond energy was powerful and unusual. Elders whispered that it could change the fate of the pack. One afternoon, as Lena practiced alone with Aaron, the alarm rang. Alien scouts had breached the outer border. The pack's shield flickered weakly. Aaron tried to rise to confront them, but his body could not respond fully. The bond energy pulsed in Lena's chest, and she felt an urgent need to act. "Stay here," Aaron said, his voice weak but commanding. "I will hold them at the edge." Lena shook her head. "No, we are stronger together." He looked at her, surprise and admiration in his golden eyes. She placed her hands on his chest, sending energy into him. Aaron's body strengthened immediately. Together, they ran toward the breach, the bond energy flowing between them like fire. The alien scouts were small but fast, with sleek armor and sharp weapons. They advanced quickly, but the pack was ready. Soldiers leapt from the walls, and Aaron and Lena arrived just in time. The Alpha King struck first, moving with precision and speed, though he still relied on Lena's energy to maintain his strength. Lena felt the bond energy respond to the fight. It flowed through her muscles, sharpened her senses, and guided her actions. She could feel the aliens' movements before they made them, almost as if she could see the future in fragments. Together, she and Aaron fought side by side, their movements perfectly synchronized. The aliens were pushed back, unable to breach the second layer of the shield. After the fight, Lena collapsed, exhausted. Aaron steadied her, holding her in his arms. "You are incredible," he said softly. "I never imagined a bond could do this. You have saved the pack." "And me." Lena looked up at him. "We save each other," she repeated. The words now carried truth and pride. Over the next days, Lena continued to train. The bond grew stronger, and she began to notice other effects. She could sense hidden energy patterns in the land, faint pulses of danger, and whispers that seemed to come from the stars themselves. She could feel emotions in the minds of others more clearly. Fear, joy, anger, loyalty, it all pulsed like a rhythm she was learning to read. Aaron observed her closely. "You are learning faster than anyone expected," he said one evening. "Soon, you will be able to use the bond to protect the pack in ways even I cannot." Lena nodded. "But I am still afraid," she admitted. "What if I fail?" Aaron placed a hand on her shoulder. "Fear is natural. It keeps you alive. But courage comes from facing fear, not avoiding it. You have more courage than you know." As the days passed, alien activity increased. Scouts became bolder, testing the pack's defenses. Each time, Lena and Aaron responded together. The bond energy became their greatest weapon. It healed the wounded, strengthened the weak, and protected the shield from faltering. The council began to realize that Lena's presence was not just symbolic. It was the key to the Alpha King's survival. One night, Lena was practicing meditation with the bond when she felt something unusual. A faint whisper reached her mind, distant and urgent. She could not understand the words, but she felt the warning clearly. Danger was coming from inside, not outside. She told Aaron immediately. Inside? He asked, frowning. Do you think we have a traitor? Lena nodded slowly. I do not know yet, but I feel it. Someone is trying to weaken the king from within. Aaron's eyes narrowed. Then we must find them before they do more damage. They began investigating quietly. Lena's bond allowed her to sense subtle energy manipulations, disturbances in the shield, and hidden traces of dark energy. Together, they moved through the council chambers, the training halls, and the storage rooms, searching for clues. One evening, they discovered a hidden device beneath the floor of the old council hall. Dark energy radiated from it, seeping into the king's chamber and poisoning his strength. Lena reached out, feeling the energy spike through the bond. Aaron's eyes widened as he felt it too. This is worse than I thought, he said. Someone wants me dead. And they have been working for a long time. Lena clenched her fists. We will stop them, she said firmly. The bond flared brightly, filling the room with energy. It was not just power, it was determination, courage, and a fierce desire to protect. Aaron stood beside her, feeling the energy flow through him, steadying his body and mind. They carefully dismantled the device, neutralizing the dark energy. The bond remained strong, stabilizing the Alpha King completely for the first time in weeks. The council would not know who had planted it, but Lena and Aaron had uncovered the threat. Their trust in each other deepened. You are stronger than I imagined, Aaron said softly. Not just in power, but in courage. The pack is lucky to have you, Lena smiled faintly. I am lucky too, she admitted. I never thought I would be able to protect someone like you. But the bond helps. And so do you? The Alpha King looked at her with a warmth she had not expected. The bond was no longer just about duty. It had become something deeper, something neither of them fully understood yet. As the stars rose over the pack lands, Lena stood beside Aaron on the balcony of the throne room. The twin moons reflected on the rivers below. She could feel the alien scouts beyond the borders, the pulse of the shield, and the connection to the Alpha King beside her. Fear still lingered, but it was tempered with something new, courage, trust, and the knowledge that together they could face whatever came next. And far away, hidden in the darkness of the stars, something was watching. It had noticed the bond, the surge of power, and the young queen's strength. It was waiting, planning, and preparing. But Lena Hart, young and fierce, with the bond of the Alpha King flowing through her, was ready. The fight for the pack's survival was only beginning. Lena had never felt more alert in her life. The bond with Aaron had grown stronger, and her senses were sharper than ever. She could feel the faint disturbances in the pack lands, the movements of the alien scouts, and even subtle shifts in the energy of the council chambers. Yet something inside her still whispered that danger was closer than the borders. One morning, Ethan Clark, the pack's scientist, requested a meeting with Lena and Aaron. He was a thin man with nervous hands but brilliant eyes. He had studied the Alpha King's illness for weeks, trying to understand why the cosmic infection was weakening him. Lena, Aaron, Ethan began. I have been analyzing the King's energy signature. It is not natural. Someone has altered it, weakened him intentionally. There is dark energy inside his chamber, spreading slowly. I believe there is a traitor in the pack. Aaron's golden eyes narrowed. A traitor? Someone we trust has been working against us? He asked, voice low but tense. Lena nodded slowly. I felt it too. The bond gave me warnings. The danger is inside, not outside. We need to find it before it is too late. Ethan hesitated. There are hidden rooms beneath the old council hall, secret storage and energy conduits. If someone wanted to poison the king's energy, it would be there. But it is dangerous. No one has entered in yours. Aaron straightened slowly. Then we go. Together. Lena felt the surge of the bond energy when he spoke. It filled her with courage. They gathered supplies, small energy disruptors, sensors to detect alien radiation, and protective clothing. They moved quietly through the dark corridors beneath the council hall, the walls narrow and cold. The air stale with dust. Stay close, Aaron whispered. If the traitor attacks, we must be ready. Lena's heart pounded. She could feel the dark energy before they even saw it, a faint pulse beneath the floors, spreading like poison. She placed her hand on Aaron's arm, sending energy through the bond. He nodded, feeling her strength. Together, they moved forward. Suddenly, a figure appeared from the shadows. Tall and silent, it lunged toward them. Lena reacted instantly, her bond energy surging. A shield of light shot from her hands, striking the attacker and sending him stumbling backward. Aaron was beside her, striking with his weapon, precise and controlled despite his weakened body. The figure tried to flee, but Ethan had activated a sensor that trapped him in a small field. Aaron moved quickly, grabbing the man and lifting him off the ground. The attacker's mask fell, revealing a familiar face, one of the council's junior members. Betrayal stared back at them. Why? Aaron demanded, his voice full of anger. Why would you do this? The young man sneered. The pack is weak. Aliens will take over. I just helped speed it up. The king is dying anyway. Why should I care? Lena felt the bond flare brightly. Rage and fear surged through her, but she controlled it. She could feel Aaron's energy, calm but strong, guiding her. Together, they neutralized the attacker, binding him with energy restraints. We must finish our search, Aaron said. This device is only part of it. They continued deeper into the hall. The dark energy grew stronger. Lena felt it like a shadow over her heart. She reached out with the bond, and Aaron followed, guiding her through the pulses and disturbances. Finally, they found the device, a strange machine emitting black radiation. Connected to the king's chamber by thin energy conduits. Ethan approached cautiously. This is the source. It has been weakening Aaron for months. The alien influence is here. Inside the colony, Lena placed her hands on the device, feeling its energy trying to seep into her. She concentrated, pushing her bond energy through the conduits and into the machine. It resisted at first, dark tendrils of power curling around her. But then the bond flared like a wave. The machine sputtered and shut down. Aaron leaned on the wall, breathing hard. I can feel it. The poison is gone. Lena smiled faintly. We did it, together. But their relief was short-lived. The shadows moved again, and more figures emerged from hidden passages. Alien soldiers, small but dangerous, had infiltrated the hall, waiting for the right moment. The bond energy surged in Lena as she grasped Aaron's hand. They moved as one, the bond guiding them, alerting them to every movement. Aaron struck first, his strength renewed, precise and deadly. Lena followed, sending bursts of energy that knocked enemies off balance. Ethan helped where he could, using sensors to detect hidden attackers. The battle was fast and chaotic, but the bond between Lena and Aaron gave them an edge. Every movement was coordinated, every strike enhanced by their shared energy. Finally, the last alien fell. Silence returned to the hall, broken only by their heavy breathing. Lena collapsed against the wall, exhausted but alive. Aaron knelt beside her, placing his hand on her shoulder. You are incredible, he said softly. The bond, it is more than I imagined. We are stronger together than anyone could be alone. Lena smiled faintly, tired but proud. We saved the king. And the pack. Aaron looked at her with a new warmth. Not just the pack, me too. You saved me. In the days that followed, the council learned of the traitor and removed him. The dark energy devices were dismantled. The Alpha King's health improved steadily thanks to the bond. Lena's role became more respected. She trained with Aaron daily, learning to control her energy, sense dangers, and strengthen the pack's shield. One evening, she stood beside the Alpha King on the balcony of the throne room. The twin moons reflected on the rivers below. She could feel the subtle pulse of energy in the land, the faint hum of the shield, and even the distant presence of alien ships beyond the borders. The bond between her and Aaron felt stronger than ever. I can feel it, Lena said softly. The aliens are still out there, waiting. Aaron nodded. They will come. But we are ready. Together, nothing can break us. Lena placed her hand on his chest, feeling the warmth of the bond. She could sense his thoughts, his strength, and even his fears. It was a connection deeper than she had imagined, one that made her feel both powerful and responsible. The council had hoped the bond would only stabilize the Alpha King, but it had done more. It had awakened a power in Lena she had never known. She could feel the land, the pack, and the energy around her. She could sense threats before they arrived and feel the flow of battle like it had already happened. The bond was a gift and a responsibility she could not ignore. One night, as she meditated, the whisper returned, faint, almost like a shadow on her mind. It warned of new danger approaching, stronger and smarter than before. Lena felt a chill run through her. She opened her eyes, looking at Aaron. "We have more enemies coming," she said quietly. "Something bigger than the scouts we fought." Aaron placed a hand over hers. "Then we prepare, we train, and when they come, we face them together." Lena nodded, feeling the bond flare warmly. Fear was still there, but courage was stronger. She had faced betrayal, darkness, and alien threats, and she had survived. The bond had saved them, but it had also changed her. She was no longer just a young queen forced into duty. She was a protector, a warrior, and a partner to the Alpha King. The stars above the pack lands seemed to shimmer brighter that night. The twin moons reflected in the rivers, painting the world in silver light. The bond energy between Lena and Aaron hummed softly, a quiet reminder of their strength and unity. Far beyond the borders, hidden among the shadows of space, someone watched. They had felt the surge of bond energy, the power that had healed the Alpha King and destroyed their dark machines. They would not forget. They would plan. But Lena Hart, young and fierce, with the Alpha King at her side, was ready. The bond had awakened something in her, a strength and courage she had never known. Together, they would face the coming storm, protect the pack, and rise stronger than ever. And in that quiet moment, beneath the light of the twin moons, Lena realized something important. The bond was not just a tool or a duty. It was a connection, a partnership, and a promise. A promise that no matter what came next, they would face it together. The pack's survival depended on them. The bond had proven its power, and the battle for the future was only beginning.